Okay.
All right. Good everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. Hi, can you all hear me very clear and loud? Can you hear me, please?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, thanks very much for that, Adisa. Nice to have you here, Adisa. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, thank you very much. I am so glad to have you guys here. It's always my pleasure to have you guys here. And of course, today we are going to be learning from another person. One of our experts is in the house who will be teaching us something amazing, something great, right? For those of us, yes, I can hear you. Good evening. Yeah, thanks very much for that. From Joseph Chukwujeku. All right, nice to have you just here, Joseph. I am so glad to have you here, and I'm glad that you can hear me very well as well. Okay, so let's dive into that. But before we dive into today's section, it's going to be impactful, just like we promise you guys, as usual, it's going to be impactful, right? But I want to do something quickly before we start the program, just as usual, right? So of course, there's something we want to do today. Let's say, okay, no, let's start that. Let's not start with that, okay? Let's not start with that. I want to call someone out to tell us more. If the person have heard anything about business analysis before, but no, let's not do that, all right? And I believe that my own colleague in the house, we do justice to that. All right, nice to have you guys here once again. Oh my God, my name is Chukwukash here, and of course, most of you have seen me very well. And of course, let's do something, right? If you know that today is your first time joining Amdor Analytics Masterclass, any of our masterclass, it's your first time, you've not joined our masterclasses before, can I get one from you? Let's use the chat box, right? Give us one. If you know that today is your first time joining any of our masterclasses now, or you have been joining before, but today you are just joining the business analysis for the first time, give us two. Now, if you're joining business analysis for the first time, give us two. But if you are joining any of our master classes, right, for the first time, give us one. Give us one. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Today's class is going to be so impactful, right? So let's keep that energy. Let's keep that coming. Okay, from Ade Ajayi is giving us two. It simply means that he has joined our masterclass. He has been joining, right? Nice to have you here again, Ade Ajayi. Nice to have you here. So let's do this. If you know that today is your first time, okay, I'm getting one from someone who is Joseph Chukwujeku. Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining our section today. All right, today, if you know that today is your first time joining us, okay, I'm getting a lot too. It's my second time of joining. Nice, okay, second time. All right, nice to have you here. Welcome back. Welcome back, Joseph. Nice to have you here. All right, so okay, without taking more of our time, I can see others. I don't know why you guys are not timing, but let me tell you something, right? It will be very important that you keep this meeting engaging, right? Try to bring all your energy, those energy you be giving for long for this business analysis masterclass. You want to see this beautiful lady to talk to you today, to impart something meaning. I don't know if you have heard of all these things that we want to teach here today, but if you have not heard of it, or you have heard of it, but now I'm very sure that you have not heard of it from this, my colleague who will be taking us today. Now, it simply means that you're going to keep that energy, participate. That makes it's a virtual training actually. So one of the things that will make it so engaging is your own communication. I communicate and you as well communicate. It makes it very fun and engaging as well. All right, nice to have you guys here once again. I am so glad to have you guys here as usual. All right, now my name is Chukwukash. I am joining you from Lagos, Nigeria. So let's do something, right? I want to know where our participants are joining us from. Tell us where you are tuning in. All right, tell us where are you joining us from. You are joining us from United Kingdom, tell us. You are joining us from Canada, tell us. You are joining us from Ogun State, Nigeria. Please tell us. We want to know where our participants are joining us from. Kwara State, yeah, that's my Adisa. So thanks for joining us. Okay. Oluwaseun from Lagos, Nigeria, Warri Delta State, Kwara, Ibadan, Abuja, right? Okay, nice to have you guys here. I am
From
joining.
Abuja. I'm joining you.
Okay, you are joining from Abuja, Okita. Henry Okita. Thanks to have you guys, have you here, Henry. Okay, this is I'm joining from Oka, Anambra State. This is the first time I'm seeing someone joining from Anambra State. Possibly, maybe they've been joining, right? But this is the first time I'm seeing someone joining from Anambra State. That's great. Nice to have you here, Joseph. I am so glad to welcome you here. And Sangota, Ogun State. That's from Canada. Yeah, okay, yeah. Nice to have you here, Salbiora. Thanks for joining us from Canada. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. I am so glad to have us here. Okay, I think the best thing is for us to dive into the program so that while we wait for others to join us, today is Thursday, and I believe some people might be out there, trying to find their way to their home, right? Because of course today is I don't know if you are feeling this heat of fuel scarcity. But if not, some people are outside there trying to find their way home this moment, right? So we are not going to take it so long, all right? So let's dive into this. Just a second. Okay, now let's go. All right, welcome to Business Analysis Masterclass. This is where we teach you all that you need to do to become a certified data business analyst, right? So welcome to Amdor Analytics Business Analysis Masterclass. Okay, let's dive into this. Let's go. Let's talk about Amdor Analytics, and then we'll talk about every other thing, people involved, and all of that person. Please confirm that you can see my screen. I want to believe you can see my screen, right? Hi, Tosi, can you see my screen?
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to stop sharing and share back again. I can see it clearly. Oh, I can see it clearly. Yeah, okay, no problem. I'm going to share back. Okay, I noticed something that's it's okay. With this now, I believe you can. 1, 6. Just a second, please. I have opened a lot of slides here, and I think I need to dive into one. Okay, I believe you can see this now. Yeah, you can see my screen. Please confirm that you can see my screen. Hi, can you all hear me? Can you hear me very clear and loud? Can you hear me? All right, thanks very much for that.
Yeah, we can see your screen too.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us, Femi Yusuf. Nice to have you here, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, so let's dive into this. Now, let's talk about Amdor Analytics before we talk about the amazing facilitators that will be taking us today. And then we move into the practical part of the program, right? Then now this program is going to come in 3 folds. Now, the first part is talking about we introducing ourselves, our brand, and then dive into the practical part of the program. The third part is where we are going to be sharing with you what you need to do to get started, right? To become that business analyst. I don't know your plan. I don't know what you desired in this last quarter of the year. Possibly you'll be thinking, how do I start? How do I start? The year is coming to an end, right? I want to become a data analyst, business analyst, data scientist. Since the beginning of this year, that has been my desire to dive into tech. But you have been procrastinating it, and then now this is the last quarter of the year. I don't know what is your plan, but now we're going to share with you what you need to do to to start now. And let me tell you something, the best time to start is just what now. So we're going to be sharing with you the last part of the program, And of course, please do not stay till the end of the program because you are going to be enjoying it. Now, let's talk about Amdor Analytics, right? As you all know, Amdor Analytics is an edtech company, right? I don't know if you have, a lot of you said that you've come across us, right? I don't know where you heard about Amdor Analytics, possibly through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I don't know, YouTube, and all other social media platforms, right? We are everywhere, both on Instagram, we are everywhere. Yeah, so I don't know how you heard about Amdor Analytics, but let me tell you something. It is let me say is a pleasure for us to have you here, and then it's a blessing for us to come your way or for you to come our way. Right, let's put it that way. Now, Amdor Analytics is an edtech company, right? And of course, we are committed to empowering individuals to become global talents through our comprehensive and accessible training program, right? Now, take note of something. I love to say this, and that's just the truth, right? Take note of these two words, comprehensive and what accessible training program. Now, that's what we do, and that's what, no. Who is Falida? Please stop scraping on my screen. Thank you very much for that. For your cooperation, all right? Thank you very much. Please stop scraping on my screen. All right, so now our mission is to bridge the skill gap by equipping learners with the in-demand skills, right? Take note of these in-demand skills. Now we were like, okay, why are we having high number of unemployment across the world, especially in African continent, right? We are having a lot of unemployment, and what is the cause of all these things? We found out that according to statistics, that a lot of these people, all right, they graduated without the in-demand skills, without technical skills. So now we said to ourselves, we are going to establish Amdor Analytics to ensure that we equip individuals with what that in-demand skills. What are those in-demand skills that people are looking out there, right? You know that when you have these skills, you are going to easily excel, easily get that job, that desired job that will give you that work-life balance that you are looking for. And we find out a lot of them out there, but we pick the most in-demand skills, and that's what we are here to, to tell you about, right? Now, enabling them to make informed decision, drive innovation, and create positive change in the tech-driven world. I don't know if you heard that the world is moving into tech, and that's what it takes. The world that we are living now is moving into tech. Tech is talking about, you'll be hearing about AI and all of that, and there about it, right? There, what is the tech innovation, right? So now, particularly across African continent. Now, let me share something with you now. This is just our mission, right? When we started, we want to make sure that Africans are well equipped, right? We are on a mission to ensure that by 2030, a lot of Africans are well equipped with what the technical skills are, especially the in-demand skills out there, right? Now, that's our mission. But then because of what we are giving out, right? A lot of people, both in and outside Africa, have seen that these guys are giving that comprehensive training, because there's something about you learning these in-demand skills, and there's something about you acquiring it from where you are going to be well imparted and equipped, right? So I don't know if you're following us on any of social media platforms, you would have seen what as I think a testimonial video of a participant that joined our master class, just like you guys now. That's about some months ago, August, and the guy he is an Indian guy, but a Canadian citizen, right? His name is Haj. Be sort of our social media. Check us out on all our social media platforms. Today we posted him, right? The guy said something when he came across us. It was like, you guys are so amazing, right? I'm gonna enroll for this program, and he did, and today he is enjoying it. He has not even come to finish his program, and he said to me, I'm gonna give you testimony video. I'm gonna talk about you guys, and that's just what we are doing here, making sure that people are well equipped with those in-demand skills, and not just to make it, to give you that. No, we make it very comprehensive. That's what we are in. All right. Now, with track record of success, we have helped over 3,000 participants to successfully transition into tech. And not just that, right? We have given scholarship to a lot of people out there. Beginning of this year, we gave scholarship to one of the highest, let me not call it one of the highest, right? But then one of the largest universities in Nigeria, that's Federal University or Ekiti State. Now, not just that, we did something amazing that was about last month, and this month they kickstarted the program, right? We give out scholarship to 1,000 undergraduates across Nigeria, and we said to ourselves, you know what? We just want to make sure that people are well equipped with these in-demand skills, especially undergraduates, and we give out the scholarship to 1,000 undergraduates across Nigeria. And of course, as I'm talking to you now, they are currently doing their program. Right. Yeah. We specialize in training individuals in the field of data analytics, data science, or business and business analytics. And that's why you are here, right? And you'll be seeing my colleague here sharing with you the in-depth, everything that you need to know to get started as a business analyst, right? And of course, our tutors are industry experienced professionals who are experts in their field. These guys are people that have done this and they know what it takes to become a data analyst or data scientist or business analyst. And these are people that are here that will be guiding you through to ensure that you are well equipped, to help you to transition. Now, let me tell you something about transitioning, right? Transition can be somehow overwhelming and discouraging if you don't have someone to hold your hand, right? If you don't have someone that will tell you, now, come on, keep on going, at a point to feel discouraged, right? But that's what our facilitators are known for. Make sure that you are well equipped, hold your hands to ensure that you are, that you don't feel discouraged and you don't fall back, right? Now, that's all overall, let me say overview of who Amdor Analytics is and our facilitators, and of course what we do here. Now let's talk about this person in front of you and who is she and what gives her the privilege to be here. And that's just my composite, right? Okay, now my name is Chipuka Chinyere, and I've talked about myself a few minutes ago, right? But now let's say that people are just joining us for the first time, right? And of course, I'm the founder of Amdor Analytics. Yeah, over the years, we started Amdor Analytics with the purpose to equip individuals, not just for investing for money purpose, right? Yeah, we started with the main focus that we want to impact individuals and ensure that Africans, particularly by the year 2030, that they are well equipped with the in-demand skills, right? So I am a seasoned tech professional with over 7 years experience in data analytics and data science. Now, as a founder of Amdor Analytics, I have successfully guided individuals with no prior knowledge in tech, and of course, help them to make sure that they transition into this tech field, and of course, secure their first role in tech. It has happened over the years we started this journey. Just like I said, we're on a mission to help individuals, right? And of course, I am known for my straightforward and effective training method. For people that have known me, and I have some of my students here now, you will see how we are going to break that thing that you feel like is so hard, so difficult for you to understand. We break it down for you to easily understand it, right? And I will tell you for free, I studied economics. This is my dad. Come on, I studied computer science, and it will be very difficult for me to actually make it in tech, because I didn't study computer science. But I want to tell you, if you are here that you do not study computer science out there, right? Possibly you study economics and you want to transition into tech, I want to tell you that it's possible. I studied economics, and here we are today impacting lives with all that we've learned over the years. Right now, personally, I have trained over 5,000 participants, and of course, that's what we have been doing for years now. Now, my expertise spans across telecommunication, governance, financial, and edtech sectors. For a lot of people that have known me in different ed sectors, that's what we do. All right, now enough of me, right? Enough of me. Right now, let's talk about my colleague here. And of course, I'm on these social media handles you can see here. You can reach out to me. Let's talk, okay? And of course, not just that, you can connect with me. I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. I'm not on TikTok, but I'm most of all social media platforms, right? Now, nice to have you guys once again. I am so glad to have you guys. Now, let's talk about our amazing facilitator. Isn't she looking beautiful? Okay, let's talk about our phenomenal facilitator that will be taking us today, right? This is my colleague, Tosi. Tosi is an amazing person. You're going to see how she's going to break down those things that you feel like, come on, it's so difficult. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to go about it. You're going to see how she'll break it down for you to understand it, right? Now, Tosi is a skilled professional, a skilled business analyst with strong foundation in data analysis and business process improvement, right? With expertise across various sectors. Various sectors. So she knows everything. Just ask her any question, she's going to, respond to you, right? As far as it involves business analysis and data analytics, just ask her and she's going to break it down to you. Make sure that you understand it, right? So she has experience across different sectors, right? Now, she's passionate about identifying gaps. Now, gathering requirements and implementing strategic solution that enhances business performance. Now, as an educator and mentor, now take note of something where she is a mentor, right? Take note of something. She's not just I'm there to teach these guys. I am there to do what? To guide them. So she's a mentor. Now, what I always tell people, right? If you want to start your career, especially when you transition, please look for people that you know that these guys are mentors, right? They are willing to hold your hands, not just like people that, get your money, just collect your money, teach you, and they don't even care if you understand or not. But these guys are people that are willing to impart you. They are valuable, they are there to make sure that you understand these things. Right now, I always tell people something. There is a difference between being a facilitator and being a mentor, right? And that's what we are not for here at Amdor Analytics. All our facilitators are what? They are not just teachers, but they are what? They're not just facilitators, but they are teachers and, of course, mentors, right? Now, Oluwatosin is committed to guiding aspiring business analysts. Now, aspiring business analysts, you don't know where to start. You don't know. I don't know if you start here or there. She's there to guide you, right? So she's there. No. There's something that that people are committed with. This is what I do. Okay, this is what I do for a living. All right. I'm so glad that this is what I do for a living. Now, what's that I do for a living? Helping people, right? That's what Oluwatosin is known for, right? Now, simplifying complex concepts and supporting them in achieving their professional goals. Now, she is committed not just to teach you, but now guides you through, mentor you, and of course, make sure that you achieve those your professional goals, especially in the field of business analyst, right? So, and that's what she's known for, and you are going to be saying it today. Her unique brand of analytical expertise and storytelling allows her to reach data-driven insights with impactful communication, making a meaningful difference in both business and content creation. You are going to be seeing her to see everywhere. She's on LinkedIn, like you are. Sometimes I'll be like, come on, this girl, I don't know, are you not tired of posting, right? But then that's what she do for a living. I don't mind it, but that's what she do. When you see people doing something with passion, right, they will do it without any stress. And that's who Tosi is. Now, enough of me and, okay, no, Tosi. Now, let's turn back to Tosi now. Hi, guys. Can you all hear me very clear and loud? Are you excited today? Are you expectant? Okay, let's know those that are expectant today. You want to know something about business analytics from Tosi. You want to learn from Amdor Analytics facilitator. These are amazing. Yes, we are. All right, okay. That's from Adisa. Yes, from Joseph. Okay. I love that. Yes. All right. Okay, so others, can you all hear me very clear and very loud? Nice to have you guys, everyone. I can see my people here. Akise, you are welcome. Nice to have you here. And every other person, yes, yeah. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, so I'm going to hand the mic over to my colleague here, and she's going to, start from where I stop. Hi, Tosi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Okay, over to you.
Yeah, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, give me a moment.
All right.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. Hi everyone. Can you see me now? What about now? Can you see me?
Please go ahead, Tosi.
Okay. Hi everyone. Good evening. Oh, someone said no. Oh, okay. Hi everyone. Good evening. My name is Saida. Thank you so much, Cherry, for that powerful introduction. My name is Saida. I'm so glad to be here this evening. I'll be your facilitator for today's session. But before we start, can we just take 1 minute to do something? I want to believe we are okay. We can only see your screen. Oh, okay. Hold on. What about now? Can you see me now?
Hi, Tosi, please go ahead. I don't think, please go ahead. Just proceed with your teaching, okay?
Oh, okay. So I'll just say about that. I don't know what's happening here, but I'll just continue with the. So as I said earlier, so before we continue this evening, so I just want us to do something. Either you're transitioning into business analysis, or you're already a business analyst, or you're just someone that loves to hear about business analysis. I just want us to take 1 minute of our time to just write anything about business analysis in the chat box, more like anything, any word containing or any word involving business analysis. Just write it in the chat box and let us move. So keep it coming, guys. Thank you. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, so I just want us to be in the mood for today's section. So I'll just go on. So for this evening, I'll be talking on the Agile methodology. I don't know if you've read about Agile methodology. I don't know if you've, as a business analyst or as someone who is transitioning into business analyst, if you've heard about Agile methodology. But this evening, I will be talking about Agile methodology, and I'll be taking you through what I know about Agile methodology. Yeah. So, okay, for this evening's section, the table of content, I will be sharing my story with you. I'll introduce the Agile. I'll talk about the Agile methodology, the key Agile principles, the role in Agile, framework and terminology, Agile tools for business analysts, BA's responsibilities, the role of BAs in sprints, challenges for BAs in Agile, and the common question in Agile. So moving on, this is me. I will be, as I said earlier, I'll be sharing my story. This is me. This was me before, right? Before transitioning into business analysis, I had so many thoughts in mind, more like when I wanted to make a career switch. I had so many questions, so many what ifs, so many, is this really what I want? So many, okay, what are my long-term goals? Okay, why business analysis? What's, okay, data. Everybody's shouting tech. Everybody's saying tech is a new deal. Tech is where the money is right now. So I was like, okay, for this. So I was this person before now. And afterwards, this is me, all smiles, all happy. So that is the summary of my story for now. Okay, so as I said earlier, this was me years ago. 4 years ago, I was in limbo. I was in a state of uncertainty. I was really confused. I knew what I wanted, right? But I still felt like I was stuck in something. I wasn't moving forward, neither was I decreasing. I wasn't increasing, neither was I decreasing. I was just stuck in a particular career that I did not really like. I was contemplating on, okay, what do I really want? Which aspects of tech am I into? Okay, they are saying data, the same projects, they are saying business analysis, the same products management. So which one exactly do I really want for myself? So I was in this state, I was stuck, I was confused. So I began making my research. I went through so many research, like I did so many research, different parts, and eventually I got to know about business analysis. So I was like, oh, this business analysis, what does it entail? Who are the business analysts? What do they do? this thing, the goal and objective I have in mind, is this a career path that will take me to where I'm going at the long run? So I made my research and I got to know that, business analysis, more like I'll just be the middleman between the stakeholder and the development team, more like technical team, right? So I looked at it that, I'm someone that is business oriented. I'm very much a business oriented person. I like being in business and all. I do business. I've done business in the past. I still do that. So I was like, okay, why not? Let me go on with this business analysis and see what I can get from it, right? So that was how I transitioned into business analysis. So yeah, this is me post limbo. You can see all happy, all smiling, happy face. Today, I enjoy where I am right now. Like, I enjoy what I do. There's this sense of fulfilling that I have in me each time I get to write. Chire was saying something about the way I post on LinkedIn every day, right? It's just something I feel like I love doing. I love to impart. I love to make people understand, this is what this thing is. I love mentoring. I love writing about business analysis. It was through my write-up, it was through this what's it called, LinkedIn, that she found me. And I'm glad that because of the joy and the sense of purpose, the sense of fulfillment I derive in doing all this is leading me to where I want to be, right? At the moment, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I'm really, really excited to where I'm headed to. So I have this good feeling that looking back, okay, I'm not where I was a few years back. I understand that I'm not where I am. I'm not where I'm aiming to be right now, right? But if I look back and say, thank God, I'm so grateful that I'm not where I was a few years back. So either you're this person who might be in this room, this section with me. If you're looking into that same direction, or if you're in this particular situation that I was a few years ago, I just need you to understand that it's a phase, right? And it's something that you will look back to understand that, okay, this is actually the experience I need. And this is what the experience that I need to prepare me for the future, right? So I just want you to take a moment, more like just sit down to yourself, know what your whys are, know what you really want. Don't do that. I had a friend and she wanted data analysis. I knew her. Even though I'm already learning data analysis at the moment, in-depth knowledge about data analysis. But as I said 4 years ago, I knew I did not want data analysis. So I'm just trying to tell you that go for what you want and not what people want, or don't let the peer pressure, the influence get to you. So, and if it's something you really enjoy or something you really feel that, you need someone to guide you, that is why Amdor Analytics is there to help you do that. So without further ado, enough of my story, so I'll just go into the topic. So I'm introduction to Agile. So the first time I heard about Agile, I was like, Agile, to move quickly, is it to move quickly? Is it for me to run? But like, well, that's just the English Agile. So what is Agile in business analysis? So I'm just going to explain what Agile means to you. I'm going to walk you through this case study I have here for now. So Agile, let's say, the ability to create and respond to change, more like it's flexible, right? The ability for you to be able to to be flexible, not just stuck at in a point or fixed in a direction. You can try this, you can try that too, and you'll be willing to respond to change. All these will lead to you trying to achieve your goal and objective at the long run. So looking at this case study, imagine you're trying to move abroad and you have two options of going, either through the study route or the permanent residence routes. Okay, looking at the permanent residence routes, we all know that, okay, the PR route is more like a fixed project plan. Look at it this way. I'm trying to go abroad through the permanent residence route. What am I meant to do? It's just a straightforward movement for me. It's just for me to apply, get everything, all the requirements, and voila, move, right? It does not necessarily mean that when I get to, let's say I'm going to Canada, it does not necessarily mean that, okay, when I get to Canada, I'll start rushing, this thing is expiring 2 years time. Oh, what am I meant to do? More like not really changes. Even if there will be changes, the changes will be minimal. It will be less, right? So looking at the study routes, you want to compare the study route. The study route is like the agile we're talking about. Imagine going through the study route and your aim and objective at the long run is to secure what? A PR, right? So just imagine you came in as a student through the study route. What do you do? 2 years, you study. After 2 years, what next? You use your 2 years postgraduate work permits to work. So if you're lucky enough, you get a sponsor. If you're not lucky, you try to say, oh, what am I doing? What else can I do again? So that you continue to extend your visa, right? So at the long run, let's say from there, you're able to apply for your PR and you got your PR. So if you look at the study route, it was not a straightforward movement. More like you started with a small step, like this was bits by bits, small, a step at a time. It was a step at a time, not like you had it all sorted out, right? But at the long run, what is you still got you're still able to achieve your goal and objective, right? So anytime you remember Agile, this is what it means. So looking at Agile in the perspective of business analysis, this is what it entails. So what is Agile methodology? So Agile methodology is about breaking down the project into smaller pieces. So you're a business analyst and you're working on a particular project. And you're saying, okay, we're going to be working on this project, but we are going to be using the Agile methodology. So what does that imply? It means that there is no rushing. More like as there is no rushing, it's not like it won't be efficient or effective, right? It will, but rather you're just taking it one at a time. After doing this particular thing, you're moving to the next thing. More like a business analyst, you're in a project, what do you do first? You gather all your requirements, you do your elicitation with who? With your stakeholders, who are the important people in this particular project, right? So you go in, you gather your information, you gather your needs, note down their needs. What do they want? Where are we going? What is our long-term goals for this project? What do those people, what do they want to achieve, right? So you're getting this, you're doing one after the other. Okay, for me, this is what I'm meant to do. The next week, this is what I'm meant to do. But as you're doing it, you're going back to your stakeholders. Why? Because you know that your stakeholders are important. You know that they are the main people for this project. And without them, you cannot move further. More like you want to engage them. You want to give them feedback to know, for them to know that, oh, this is where we are in this particular project. This is what we are looking up to. This is how we are going to achieve our goals. And with that, they know that you're making sure that they feel seen and they feel heard. And with that, you should be certain to some points that, okay, this project is going to be a success, right? So you go back to them to say, oh, this is what I've gotten. These are the names I've gotten. Or this is what I have. Am I in the same? Are we in the same direction? Is this what you really want for this particular project? Is this what you want to achieve? So you're going back to them, you're gathering feedback, more like that, reaching out to say, oh, Tosin, what you saying to me earlier, we need to talk about that. Oh, there are some changes. Oh, this, I'm not comfortable with this. I think we need to remove something. This one is okay. So you're making them, with that, you're making them feel safe. And the only way you can do that is during this Agile methodology is it's already proven, right? Okay, when you're using Agile, it's a project that needs to be in smaller bits, pieces by pieces, not just something you go in. Just like I remember the case study I mentioned, that the PR routes, that it's just a straight line process, right? No, bits by today the development team are doing this. The next thing, the Scrum Master, the testers, the business analysts, right? So it's something more like, and why this thing, the advantage of all these things, more like the advantage of the Agile methodology, is to keep everyone aligned and make sure that at the long run, we're all aiming to achieve the bigger goal, which is the objective of what the project entails, right? So looking at this case study, imagine me being an event planner, and someone walks up to me, let's say Cherry walks up to me and say, oh, Tosin, I just want you to organize something for me. I'm trying to throw a birthday party and I want you to organize this thing for me. Just imagine me as being a event planner, indirectly, I'm the business analyst, right? She gave me the contract. She's my stakeholder, right? So at the long run, we started this, and she just comes out to tell me that, oh, the team of the color we chose that day, do you think if we should go with white, or do you think we should go with red, or do you think we should go with pink? What do you suggest? So I feel like, oh, someone said we should go with pink. Someone said they've done it, they've seen this particular settings before, and pink was the best option for it. So just imagine that you already have a plan, right? You already had a plan before this change came in, right? So, but because you feel like, okay, you're working with Agile methodology, change is allowed. This project is flexible, right? It's very, very flexible. So change is welcome anytime, right? So, okay, you feel like, oh, and it's true. If we should go with this, I think it will be okay. Or you come again, say, oh, our guest list, I think we have 50 more guests that will be coming. So you're making changes, right? Without what? You're making changes so that at the long run, it does not seem like, okay, you already know that 50 people are coming, and you feel like, okay, because this thing it does not permit change, or because it's not flexible, you feel like, okay, let me not just bring this change. Let me not just introduce this change. So imagine that you have an additional 50 people at the long run in your party. So how do you want to go about it, right? So it's just something that when you sit down to it, it gives you so many insightful knowledge, more like the change helps it to be flexible. It helps without, so even as you are introducing this change, it helps that, okay, as you are introducing this change, we know that it's something that can easily change all the requirements and everything. But then even though as you're introducing the change, it does not still disrupt the fact that everything will still go well at the long run. You're still making sure that, okay, this thing is coming in so that we can achieve our goal and objective at the long run. So moving on. So we're talking about the principles. So the first one I'll be talking about is the continuous delivery of small functional parts. So according to what I've said earlier, I said bit by bit. So Agile is something like you want to say, okay, we're able to do something today. Okay, deliver it. We're able to do something today, deliver it, right? You guys, right? We're able to do something tomorrow. In 2 weeks' time, you deliver, you keep on delivering till you finish that particular project. Not just like, okay, this project, we have just 5 months to complete it. So there will not be anything like delivering till the project is complete, right? No, that does not happen with Agile. Agile principle says that continuous delivery of small functional projects so that we know that, okay, the project team, this is where we are, this is the progress we are taking, and this is how we can achieve our goal and objective. So the second one will be welcoming change requirements. Obviously, I said earlier that Agile is very, very flexible. So it welcomes change anytime, any day. It welcomes change. So as a business analyst, you need to be open-minded. You need to be sure that you are flexible, you are not rigid, especially when you are working in an Agile section, right? You want to make sure that you are really, really, really flexible. You are open to change. You do not want to say, oh, because we started this does not mean we cannot change it. No. When you're dealing with Agile, you need to be open to change. So frequent collaboration between business and development team. This is one thing. Collaboration is one skill a business analyst cannot do without. Collaboration and teamwork. You want to be sure you are collaborating with all your team members, either the business aspects or the development aspects, right? You want to be sure that, okay, this team, where are they? You are the business analyst of this team. You want to be sure that, okay, this particular team, the Scrum Masters, which parts of this project are they handling? Where are they now? Are they following the requirements? Are they doing what Are they aiming at the goal and objective of what the stakeholder wants, right? So you want to be sure, you want to be like hand in hand, it's very, very good for you to over communicate than under communicate. It helps a lot and it saves time and energy, right? So self-organizing team. In Agile methodology, we have this thing of being able to organize yourself as a team, right? So the development team can say, okay, we as a development team, this is what we are going to be doing, right? So we'll be delivering our work bit by bit. Okay, the business analyst team, one part, the testers, one part, the scrum masters, one part, right? So even at that, you're still working hand in hand, you're still communicating, you're still collaborating, you're still making sure that everybody is in line and in lieu with everything your stakeholder want. So at the long run, it does not boil down to you to say, obviously the stakeholder expects you to be, since you're the middleman, right? So the stakeholder expects you to have to monitor them and make sure that anything they are delivering or anything they will be getting at the long run is in line with what they really want. So moving on. So rules in Agile. So these are the team structure in Agile team structure. The first one is the product owner. Who are they? They represent the customers. Yeah. You know, the customers are stakeholders. They are major key stakeholders, right? But in this kind of thing, they do not really they're not facing you one-on-one. They're not on your neck, or they're not people that you talk to during the course of the projects every now and then. So this product owner, more like the stakeholder, the owner of the product, the owner of this business, serve as a representative for them, right? To know that, okay, this is where we are. These are the backlog that we are. How do we organize them? How do we go for the ones that are very important? How do we, okay, this is you as a business analyst, this is where you come and say, oh, let's use the Moscow method. Let's use the Kano analysis method. You use the Moscow method, you know that, okay, the must have, let's go for the one that we must have for these projects. They should have, or we should have this particular feature on this website. Let's go for it. They could have, or we could have it. If we don't have it, it's not a must, but we could have it. They must have, it's not a must, we have it. So it's fine, even at the long run, if we cannot achieve it. So the Scrum Masters, who are they? They facilitate the Agile process, ensuring the team follows Scrum rules. So development team, who are they? They deliver the products increments. Remember what I said? They deliver bit by bit. Okay, we have an increment to this tomorrow. We have an increment to this in a week's time. They deliver bit by bit till the project completes. So the business analysts, who are they? The middleman, the middle person between the stakeholder and the team. What do? They gather requirements, as I said earlier, and they ensure that they align with the business goals. So they want to make sure that in whatsoever they do, they are in line with the business goal and objective, so that at the long run, the stakeholder will not feel like, oh, but you came to me for requirements, you gathered your requirements, you did your elicitation, right? You went through all the elicitation techniques and all that. So why am I getting this? Why am I not getting what I want? Why am I needs not heard? Why am I not being heard, right? So it feels like being a business analyst, you have to be very open-minded, and you have to be intentional, so that you know that at the long run, it all boils down to what your stakeholder wants and not what you as a person wants, right? So how BA fits in Agile? BA plays a crucial role in Agile by refining user story. Obviously, the right business analyst, the right user story based on in respect to what the user can do on that particular, or in that particular, what's it called? For that particular feature, right? They analyze requirements. As I said earlier, once you gather your requirements, you won't just say, oh, I've gathered requirements. You will do the next thing. You want to analyze. And how do you analyze the requirements? You have so many analysis methods to do that. If you're working on a particular project that feels like, okay, let's use the SWOT analysis, then you can go for the SWOT analysis. The strengths, you look for the strength, the weakness, the opportunity and the threats. And you feel like, oh, this particular project I'm working on, I feel like the gap analysis will do. Then you go for your gap analysis, you do the gap analysis, right? So it depends on the kind of projects you're working on for you to know the analysis that works well with it. So also ensure clear communication between your stakeholder and developer. As I said earlier, it's better for you to over-communicate than under-communicate. So we're moving on to the framework. The first one here is the Scrum. I know you must have heard about Scrum. Scrum. We have Scrum Masters, we have Scrum and everything. So, but I want you to know this evening that Scrum is all about, it's a framework in Agile Methodology, right? And it's structured around sprints. So what is sprints? So it feels like when you're working on a particular project and look at it this way, you're working on a particular project and you feel like, okay, I'm working on a particular project. Let's fix a certain time to complete more like a set of tasks. Let's say, okay, in 2 weeks' time, we should be done with this. In a week's time, we should be done with that. More like the way you're splitting it, sprints, the amount of time, the period, and they are normally short. It's not a long period, either 2 to 4 weeks, right? To complete a set of tasks, right? So each sprint includes key events, which are, the first one is the sprint planning. So how do you want to say you want to work on something without planning? So you want to sit down, you and your team, to sit down to plan, say, okay, this week for this period, this is what we want to achieve. This is what we want to do. This is the work we want to achieve, right? So let's plan. The business analyst on the team, this is what I feel you should do. The developer, this is what you need to be do. This is what you need to do, right? The Scrum Master, the tester, and every other person. So you need to plan. The daily stand-up is very, very important. You need to meet, check in and out, daily check-in meetings. Oh, where are we at? What progress have we made? Do we need help? Do we think we need to do something about something, right? You need to address issues. You need to meet up with each other to know what the progress is like. Then the sprint review, obviously, after a work is done, what next? You review to know if the work is based on what's the goal of the at the long run, if the work is in line with what you want to achieve, right? So you need to review one-on-one. So retrospective, what does that imply? It means that you still need to reflect. Oh, now that we are done with this, what went well? What should we have done, or what could we improve on? What should we have done better in case of next time? In case we have this particular project next time, oh, someone say, oh, Tosin, remember the mistake you made the other time? So by this time, I know that, okay, so if I'm opportune to work on a particular project, I will remember, oh, this thing does not work well with that. So I will know that, okay, during my retrospective, my team and I were able to reflect on what went on. And that's, I'll make sure to hold that at heart. So the Kanban, right? So more like it's a framework, it's like the visual track management. And so you know about, I don't know if you know about Trello, that it's a project management tool that can be used to track. Oh, we have, how many people do we have on board in this team? We're like, okay, a team of 10. Okay, we can use Trello to track our activities, to track what we are doing, to track our what's it called, our work, to know where we are, to know the work in progress. More like, it's not just about, oh, okay, oh, Tosin, where are you? Without using, let's say you're not using Trello. Oh, the work you're meant to submit. So where are you now? I'm still trying to round up. I'm still here. But when you use Trello, you will see the transparency. You will see that everyone is organized. I've moved from requirements gathering. Okay, I'm not doing analysis. Okay, from analysis, what am I doing? Okay, I've gotten to documentation. From documentation, what am I doing? Oh, I'm trying to verify and validate. Okay, after verifying and validating my requirement, what else? Okay, I'm trying to manage. Okay, after managing, what else? I'm trying to do, okay, I have some backlog, so I'm trying to do the prioritization. I'm trying to use the technique, which one should comes in. come in first, which one should I, which one can I ignore and all that. So all those things are visible. You can trace everyone, you can track everybody's work and the way everybody's progressing, right? So moving on, the Agile methodology, the first one is user story. So when you hear user story, what does this imply? It's just a brief description of a feature from the user perspective. So it's more like everything user story is about the user. The user, imagine you're creating a website and say, okay, so as a business analyst on this team, this is the website you're creating. We do not have an online business. So now we want to create a website on an app whereby our customers can come in every time to order for goods. So, okay, write user story on that. You've gathered your requirements, you've done all that thing. Write user story on that. So if you want to say, okay, right now I will need to write my user based on what I feel my user will need. So as a user, I want to log in with my mail. So if I don't have that particular feature, how do I want to log into that website, right? So they are usually simple. User story, they are not cumbersome, they are not ambiguous, they are usually simple, and it helps to understand what's the user. And okay, as a user, I want to be able to pay for what I've bought, right? I want to be able to log out. As an existing user, someone that I've logged into this website again, I want to there's no need for me to start sending, what's it called, for me to start verifying my mail. I've already verified when I wanted the new user then, right? So you want to sit down to say, okay, this user, what and what should they be able to do on this particular website, right? So the second one is the product backlog. So you want to sit down to it and say, okay, we are using the Agile, the terminology. So product backlog, that's what you want to be sure that even as such you have backlog, you want to be sure that, okay, the ones that are important, you want to do with the ones that are important, very, very important. So because you can have excess backlog and feel like, okay, excess backlog, where can I start from? How do I go about it? But because you are trying to see that, let me use the Moscow or let me use the Kano model. Kano model is based on the customers, right? Okay, let me just follow suit with my customers. What do they really want? Or the Moscow, the ones that are important, the ones that are very, very, the must have. Let me go with that. The one that should have, okay, I can still manage. The could have, can wait a bit. The won't have, you ignore them because it's not necessary. So the sprint, as I said earlier, they're usually short, 2 to 4 weeks, 4 weeks max. So for you to be able to, you and your team to develop and gather any piece of any projects you're working on. So the increment, I said earlier, I said developers, they tend to, as you're working, as the team is working, they tend to deliver. Let's say the first stage, okay, second stage, there's an increment, they deliver. Third stage, there's an increment, they deliver. Fourth stage, right? So they tend to deliver as it increases. So the Agile tool for business analysts, right? The first one is the Jira. We talked about Trello the other time. Jira is a tool for managing tasks. You can write your user story and also your sprint, right? So you want to manage tasks, as I said earlier, as I explained earlier, for you and your team, you want to be sure that, okay, this is by the end of this week, this is where Shinya is meant to be at. Oh, next week, the Shinya is meant to have completed this particular task. So more like it's something the whole team can see. They can have access to for transparency and to track progress. So it's very, very important. They can use Confluence if you are good with for your documentation and collaboration. Documentation is very important as a business analyst. You want to be sure that you document every single thing that you do. You also want to collaborate. Collaboration and documentation, there's something. These are things that you cannot do without as a business analyst. You want to document everything, all your findings, all your stakeholders' requirements that you've gathered, everything you're working on, you want to document so that at the long run, you know that, okay, these are the things I document. These are the things you said you wanted as me being your business analyst. These are the things my stakeholder wanted, right? And this is an evidence, because what you've done your documentation. So you also want to learn how to collaborate. You want to collaborate pretty well, so that you know what A is up to, what B is up to, what C is up to. It's not like you will not know what you feel like, okay, being a business analyst, it does not matter. Let me just do my work and just ignore every other thing. No, as a business analyst, you want to be sure that you want to be sure that you know what everybody is up to. You know if everybody is in line with what the stakeholder wants, and you want to come in when you feel like, oh, no, we're not. I don't think we're on track with what these people want. I don't think we're on track with what their needs are. I want us to just retrace our steps to follow what they really want, right? So why tools matter? Tools, of course, tools are really very, very important. It helps us with transparency and tracking progress. So business analyst responsibility, the first thing first, you want to learn, you want to be able to write your user story. Then, as I said earlier, product backlog will be there. So you want to do what you will need to do prioritization to know that, okay, let me go for the one that has the highest business value. If I ignore this one, it's not had any advantage to us. But if I ignore this one, it will be obvious that our business will be shaking, right? The value of that business will shake. So I need to do prioritization to know that, okay, this one is needed, this one can be exempted, this one can wait for a while, right? So you want to facilitate communication. As I said earlier, communication, you need to communicate. It's better for you to over-communicate than for you to under-communicate. Then acceptance career, you want to collaborate and make sure all requirements are met, right? Before you say, oh, we are done with this project. No, before you are done, you want to be sure that everything is up to, everything has been met, all the requirements. You want to ensure that all requirements are met before you say, oh, we are done for this project. So we can call this, we can round up and just say we are done. No, we want to be sure about that. So the role of BA in sprint activities, the first one is the sprint planning and collaboration. Sprint plan, as I said earlier, you want to plan. Okay, why do I want to work without planning? I'm trying to move from Lagos to Ibadan, and I'm not trying to plan ahead. Okay, where do I go? Which bus stop do I go? Right? Okay, let me call someone that knows about the fare. How much is from Lagos to Ibadan? Right? You want to plan ahead. So you as a business analyst in this, you want to plan, say, okay, the kind of work we need to do. Who and who, right? What and what do we want to achieve? Plan ahead. Okay, the development team, this is where we are with them. Right? Let's plan for them to move forward. Okay, the testers, I think they've done this. What is next? So you want to plan ahead. Okay, even if we are working, let's plan ahead. How do we want to achieve this thing? Okay, you being a business analyst, start with this. Since you're working with the Agile methodology, it's bit by bit, right? And change is flexible. Change can come in anytime. Okay, so all right, let's plan. You do this, you do that. Then at the long run, we meet to know if we're on the right track. So you also want to collaborate. Why are you collaborating as a business analyst? You want to collaborate with them so that you clarify what's your requirement. So you want to be sure that all the requirements you've gotten, they are in line, they are working in line with it, right? Because obviously these requirements are from they're from your stakeholders, and you should be working based on what they want, right? So you want to be sure that, okay, you're collaborating with your team to know, oh, this prototype, I don't think this is what this stakeholder wants. I don't think this is what they feel. This is the outcome they are expecting, right? So you need to collaborate. If you do not collaborate, if you do not communicate with them, so how will you know all that? So you want to be sure you're doing all of that. So daily stand-up, as I said earlier, meeting, you need to meet one-on-one, you need to meet as a team to know what the issue is, to know where you are, to know what the progress is like. Then the sprint review and retrospective, you want to be sure that, okay, this is what we've done. Review is there any mistake? Is there any error? Is everything in line with what we want to achieve, right? Retrospective, you go back to say, okay, oh, this is what we've done. Remember that was what you did that day. No, you won't want to do it again because it does not yield to the kind of results you are expecting, right? So moving on, we want to, okay, challenges for business analysts in Agile. The first one is balancing flexibility with detailed documentation. That's number one challenge. I said earlier, documentation is very important. So you will not say because you're working with Agile methodology, you won't document. No, it's not right. You want to be sure that even as this thing is flexible, even as this thing is flexible, right? There are changes. Change can come anytime. You still want to document. Even at that, you still want to document as a business analyst to know, okay, so the requirement, stakeholder A said this is what he or she wanted. You noted it down. Okay, so another time it came about to say, oh no, Tosha, this is not what this thing we said earlier. I don't think we can go in line with that again. So you want to also document that, okay, so period, this person came on board again to say, no, we need to change this, we need to change that. So you want to be sure that you document everything. You want to be detailed. You want to be sure that all your documentation, they are intact, no matter the flexibility that are involved in the method you're using, right? So you still want to be sure that you are documenting everything. So managing stakeholder expectation, obviously, stakeholders might not know that, okay, you're working with Agile methodology. That one is for you to say, for them to say, oh, this is what I wanted. Make sure you follow through and give me the results, right? So even at that stakeholder, they often want fixed timeline. They say, okay, in 2 weeks, stakeholders, they do not know what you are working on, or they do not know the kind of method they are using to work, right? They just have it at the back of your mind. Okay, Tosin will be meeting me up for the next 3 months or the next 3 weeks to give me review or feedback, right? So you being a business analyst on that particular project work, you need to manage. And how do you manage that? Is by communicating frequently and being transparent. I said earlier, make them feel seen and heard. You communicate with them. Not that, okay, because you're working, because change is constant and Agile, or because it's flexible. They do not know, or even if they know, they still want results. They still want feedback from you. They still want you to carry them along, right? So you want to be sure that you're communicating frequently and you're transparent about, oh, this is where you are. Tell them how it is. If it is blue, tell them it's blue. If it is black, tell them it's black, right? You want to be transparent enough. And then changing requirements. Requirements can change frequently in Agile. That one is obvious. And as a business analyst, it needs to be open-minded. We need to be open-minded and we need to be flexible. That we need to have it back in our mind that, okay, change is constant and it can come and show up anytime. So we need to be ready and we need to be able to adapt to it, right? So how do you manage changes as a business analyst? So as a business analyst, this is where you want to be intentional. You really want to be intentional. Even at that we say we are working with this method of Agile, right? You want to be intentional even when change comes in. You do not want to be a business analyst. Oh, because it's Agile, change can happen, and when it happens, you just have to go with anything, right? No, it doesn't have to be that way, right? So you being a business analyst on a project work, you need to understand that even when change comes in, you need to assess its impacts, right? The first thing you want to do is should make sure that you're professional enough, right? You're a professional person working on the project's work. You're a business analyst, so you should act like someone that is professional enough. And how do you do that? When change comes in, you make sure that the stakeholder or any other person trying to implement or trying to change anything in what you are doing, submit a change request to you. That's how the professionalism in you comes in, right? You want to be sure that there's a change request, not just, oh, I told the business analyst on my team that I want so change, and she just implemented this straightforward. No, that's not professional enough. So also, aside that, you also want to be sure that, okay, you've already done your elicitation, you've gathered all your requirements, you've done your analysis, you've done everything, and the developers are already working, the testers are working, every other person in the team, everybody's already working. So when that change comes in, how do you assess? You want to assess it based on the scope, based on the timeline, based on the budget and the goal. You do not just want to say, oh, since it's agile now, change can come in anytime, and when it comes in, we'll assess it that way, and we just need to go with the flow. So you need to assess its impact. Oh, this change on the scope. This scope, obviously, you have the scope of the business or the scope of the projects already. Will it affect the scope? Will it be in a negative way, right? Will it be in a negative way? The timeline, okay, with the timeline, we have 3 months for this project. With this change, do we need to increase the timeline? Oh, the budget, we have 3M for this project. Now with this change, I think it will give us like 10M. So you need to assess everything. The goal, will this change would this lead to us for which change our goal? Obviously, we have a goal already, what you're trying to achieve from the onset, right? So with this change, will our goal change? Do we need to sit back to say, okay, I think we need to change something? So you need to assess everything. You need to be sure that all these things, it is something that will be a plus and not a minus, right? Then approval and implementation. Why doing that? After doing that, you need to document. Obviously, you need to document. You need to document to know that, okay, so thing, particular day, this change happened, and you got approval from stakeholders and you implemented it, right? So that is what you need to know. Even that is how you need to go about it as a business analyst when you're trying to manage change when it happens. So I have here some common questions about Agile for BAs. The first one is, can business analysts exist in Agile? Yes, business analysts play a vital role in bridging the gap between the stakeholder and developer. You must have understand that since the way I've explained it a while ago. So more like they are the middle person. They're trying to build the gap. It's okay, you go to your stakeholder. I'm the business analyst for this project's work. Or I'm the business analyst for this project's work. I will need to meet up. So you need to meet up with people, the stakeholders that you know that they're very important. They're all of high level, right? That the people, obviously, they are the ones that have the influence and interest in this particular project you're working on. So you need to meet up with them. Why will you meet up with them? For you to what? For you to gather and do your requirement elicitation, right? You need to know what they are trying to achieve, their needs, their goals. You need to understand them, that okay, for this project's work, this is what they want to achieve. So you, being the middleman, you need to do the same thing of going to your developer and say, oh, this is what we are trying to achieve, right? So the developer cannot have a one-on-one communication with their stakeholder. So that is why you as a business analyst, you need to hear from stakeholder and more tell the developer that, okay, this is what we want and this is what we are trying to achieve, right? So, and for that, you make sure that you have smooth communication and very, very clear your requirement is very clear. Like whatsoever you are getting, the needs you're getting from your stakeholder, make sure it's very clear. Well, this is how they want it. Make sure you document, let your documentation be very simple. So someone that is not even the business analyst picks it up and read, the person will understand and digest and be able to know that, okay, this is what those people are trying to achieve and this is how they want to go about it. The second question, do business analysts still need to write detailed documentation in Agile? Yeah, as I said earlier, they need to write detailed documentation. They need to be able to document very well. You need to focus on delivering your working software over documentation. So yeah, but still yet you still need to produce what's a good documentation, because at the long run it all boils down to you as a business analyst on this project's work, because at the long run it's you that you are giving them the information you are collecting. You've done your elicitation, you know what your stakeholder wants, you know what their needs are. So why won't you document? Even if this method they are using is flexible, so you still need to document, so that when you are relating or we are trying to you're trying to make every other person in the team to understand that, okay, this is what we are trying to achieve. So, so person, the stakeholder wants this. So where is the documentation? Or at the long run, even if stakeholder tends to start giving you problem, we say, oh, sorry, the last time we met, can you remember I actually documented, I recorded this section, and this was what you said. Because we can have some people, some stakeholders that are very handful. At the long run, they'll say, oh, I never said you should do this. Why did you do that? So because you already have your documentation, you recorded the session, you've done, you sent them a copy of, oh, the last session we had, this was the outcome of the meeting, this was the summary of what we talked about. So there is evidence, there is documentation, and at the long run, to say, oh, this is what you said, and this is why I followed it that way, right? So the third one is, how do business analysts deal with changing requirements? Okay, so this one, how do they, we've already talked about it. So obviously they work closely with the stakeholder and the product owner to accommodate changes, right? So they make sure that even at that, they will ensure that they make sure that, okay, this change they are going to implement will be something that will be effective, not the other way around, right? It will be something that will add value to them. Oh, remember the case study I said I talked about the last time. I said, okay, for the case study with the party stakeholder, I said, even with that change, it was, excuse me, even with that change, it led to being what's the word, it was able to add, it was a plus to the project work, right? And not a minus. So you want to be sure that, okay, even at that, yes, I know this thing is flexible, I know it is, a change can come in anytime. So even at that, you want to be sure that you have a close relationship with them, so that you know that, oh, no, I don't think we should do it that way. Even at that, oh, remember when you are as a business analyst, you must have done your assessment, you must have done your what we talked about the last time. You must have done the assessment on your scope, or you've done on projects on timeline, and you've done on the goal. So if it's not something that will add a plus to you want to talk, and how can you do that is when you have a close relationship with your stakeholder, right? So you want to learn how to. So that brings me to this. So I just want to say, keep being unstoppable, right? This transitioning journey can be overwhelming. It can be stressful. It can be somehow, it can really be somehow, right? So you just need to know what you want. You need to assess yourself to know that, okay, am I doing this because people are doing this, or am I doing this based on the fact that this is what I want? Am I doing this because at the long run, I have long-term goals and objectives, and at the long run, I really want to achieve this thing. This is what I want to achieve, right? So I'll just tell you for free this evening that if you're unstoppable, the sky will be your starting point. You'll be able to maneuver it. It's not a day journey. It's not even a month journey. Neither is it. It's not a year journey, rather. So you need to just keep moving. Just keep being unstoppable. And before you know it, you will look back to say, oh, last year or a few years back, when I was in Limo, when I was stuck here, and I had this reflection, or this what's it called? As I said, in my own story earlier, when I was in limbo, and at the long run, I was able to do my research, and I came up with business analysis, and I went for it, right? So then I was so unstoppable. So I went for what I wanted, and today I am today, and I'm so proud of myself. So I'll just employ you. I'll just when you're unstoppable, there's nothing you cannot achieve. So I'll I'll throw this to you now. So which would you prefer, the limbo state or the post limbo state? So leave that to you tonight to go on with and reflect on that. So would you rather prefer the limbo state, the confused state, or the post limbo state? And there's only one way to achieve that, is when you move, right? Is when you're being unstoppable, is when you go for what you really want. So I'll leave that to you for tonight. So thank you so much for having me on this section, and I hope you're able to go end this session with one or two. So thank you. Turn over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tosi. Thanks. That was a well-detailed introduction of Agile. So you can just stop sharing, and so that I can go ahead and share my screen.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. Yeah, let's dive into the second part of the program. I told you guys something, right? And I said when we started that we're done to see you did a good job. That was a breakdown and your section. Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful feedback, Dr. Mohammed. We really appreciate you. Yeah, please, everybody don't go. We are diving into the second part of the program, or the third part, right? I told you guys something. I said that when we started, that this session is going to be in 3 parts. The first part will be the introduction part, where we are going to be introducing ourselves, right? And the third part, the second part will be the Okay, please can you mute yourself, the laptop? Okay, I can do that from here. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. There's a little background noise from your end, right? So now, and I said that we are going to have the second part of the program, which is what the introduction, the teaching part. That's what my colleague just did, and she did absolutely amazing job, right? And thank you guys for that wonderful feedback, right? Now, the third part of the program is we're talking about how then do you get started? How do you get started? How do you want to become a data analyst, right? You saw what she said. She said something about herself, right? When she started, she was like, I don't know which career path to transition into. We are just talking about tech, right? We have a lot of tech careers there, data analyst, business analyst, a lot web developing and all that, right? UI, UX and all that. But she sat down and made that decision for herself that, yeah, it's data analytics, data business analysis that I want to go for. I don't know if you have done something like that, right? And now today you are trying to find out, okay, if I want to go into business analytics, right? And what are the things that I need to learn? I want to know more about this program, right? Of course, yesterday we did something like reality section where you can come on board, talk to us one-on-one, that these are the things I want to dive into. Can you please guide me? A lot of people joined the section, and I want to believe that they got the value for that particular session. Now let's talk about everything you heard Tosi said about, okay, you want to learn this, you want to learn that, you want to become a data analyst, you want to become a business analyst, and that. So where do I start from? And where do I go to? Okay. I need that. She said something that, transition can be overwhelming. And I said it earlier. If you did not get those people to hold their hands, right, show you the right thing that you need to do to get this skill right once and for all. Now, where do I acquire this skill? And that's where Amdor Analytics comes in, right? Now, Amdor Analytics, as we all know, and for those of you that have been joining us over the years and over the works, right, you know what we do here, right? Amdor Analytics and that that number one edtech company. I will beat my chest and will tell you, right? It's not number one edtech company that stands out for what? For delivering value. Now, why do you need to choose Amdor Analytics? Now, let's dive into that, and then we talk about other things things that you need to learn, not just to be, what we just did today, we just like to scratch the surface, right? Now, other things that you need to learn to become a business analyst, and how long it's going to take you to become this business analyst. What are the other benefits? What are the things I know I need to know about this skill, right? About this program. Now, we're going to be talking about that very soon. But now let's talk about why you should choose Amdor Analytics for your business analysis journey, right? Now, number one is what instruction-led program. Now, you've seen how to see just be able to break down this agile, and you were able to understand it. For those of us that have not heard of it before, and you don't even understand, but you used to hear about this agile and all of that terminologies of business analysis, you'll be able to understand some of them today, right? It's instruction-led program, right? Now, nobody's giving you PDF, nobody's giving you any video or referring you to any video to go and watch. No, it's gonna be what you learning at the comfort of your home, learning at you sit down, you learn, okay, your facilitator is talking to you, you are talking to that facilitator. It's a two-way something, you communicate, right? So that's what Amdor Analytics stands for, and that's one. Another thing again is what real-world case study, right? Real-world case studies. Now, we are not going to be saying, okay, because you want to learn business analysis, let's just talk. No, you are going to be working on what? Real world case studies. That's what we stand for. Another thing again is lifetime access to the material, class material and videos, right? Now, that's one of the things. I mean, number one thing, that's actually one of the things that we stand for, right? Now, what do I mean? Now, there are a lot of edtech companies out there that you will go through, you want to acquire your skill, your program at the end of everything, 2 months, 3 months, and they will tell you that you cannot access those materials again, you cannot access those videos again. That is not what we stand for, right? Now, what we stand for is that at the end of everything, you have I'm going to show you, when we say lifetime access, it simply means that those program, the videos, if you mix any of the classes, you will have access to the videos, right? You can watch the video at your own, at your own reason, and of course, the materials, you have access to them. Now, it simply means that in the next 5 years, 6 years, you still have access to those materials. So that's what it simply means when we say that you will have lifetime access to those materials, right? Now, not the ones that you will not be able to download it, that you go online and be watching videos. No, this one you can download it and watch it offline. That's what we stand for. Another thing again is amazing thing. I don't know if you guys are following us very well. For those of us that are following us on our, on our social media handles, you can see yesterday we made a very big announcement that we'll be having an internship program. Yeah, that's for everybody. But now for our students, you are going to have internship program. One thing about you acquiring these tech skills is that you work on projects. Now, let me tell you something, right? Now, recruiters everybody is looking for who has worked on something. Now, the certificate is okay. You are going to get certified at the end of the program, right? The certificate is okay. But what will set you apart from all other job applicants is what? That strong portfolio that showcases projects you've worked on, all right? That's one of the things that will set you apart from all other people, all other applicants. Now, that's why the internship program we designed it with what? Real world case studies. Now, to ensure that you are well equipped, not just to to acquire the skills, but well equipped with hands-on experience. Okay, because at the end of everything, people want to know where have you worked on, and that's where Amdor Analytics comes in to stand for you, that you have worked on this social projects, you have worked with Amdor Analytics. All right. Now, I'm going to talk more about the internship program very soon. Now, another thing again is what? Post-training support. Now, let me tell you something about transition. Now, we are just gisting, right? We are just gisting. Transition is okay, very okay, right? But now transition is good when after training you, those organizations or that organization that trained you are still there for you. Right, you go back to them to ask questions. They're able to stand for you, answer your questions, help you with job interview preparation and all other things. You understand me? Even if I have a lot of my students who has gone through our program for past 1 year, we are still communicating now. Right, that's the amazing thing of you learning you acquiring your tech skill from Amdor Analytics. We stand out for that. Okay, post-training support. When you are through with your program, we don't say, okay, thank you for banking with us, or yeah, go. No, we help you to ensure that what you are, of course, just like Tosi said something, that there is this consistency in this thing, right? You don't just learn it for 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month, you say they are good, right? And you just go. There will be a time that you know that you need to keep on learning, and then work on projects, and you see how amazing that you need a mentor to somebody to guide you through, right? So that's what we stand for. Another thing again, right? Please take note of this, is job recommendation. We have a lot of people reaching out to us. Okay, Shinya, I know a lot of people that pass through your program, right? Can you please help us to recommend somebody to take this job role? Now, this doesn't come often. Take note of something. This doesn't come often, but anytime we have something like this, what do? We recommend our students. Over the years, we've been doing this, right? I used to tell people, right, that here in Nigeria, I've gotten a lot of people reaching out to us for job recommendation, but most of our students are not like really based in Nigeria, especially in Lagos, Nigeria. Most of them, they are what Nigerians in diaspora, right? So that's why there is a need. You know, when people are saying there is no job in Nigeria, yeah, there is no job, but you know that when you acquire the in-demand skills, you will be, you know, people will be needing you. People will be needing your service. Okay, so that's why you need to upskill. You need to upgrade yourself. So you stop complaining that there is no job. There is job. A lot of job out there for people to do, but then who is there to fill in the gap? Right now, another thing again, amazing thing about Amdor Analytics, what is the mentorship section, right? Where you're going to be meeting with amazing people that will be talking to you, tell you more about what you need to do, you know, talk to you about a lot that you need to do, you know, to become that professional, right? To become that top professional, right? Now, another thing again is what the project. Yeah, you are going to be working on project. Now, take note of something. Our programs are project-based, right? Project-based, both data analytics, data science, business analysis, they are project-based. You are going to be working on projects. Now, there's nobody that's going to give you PDF or whatever, you know, project, or, you know, recommend you to one website and say, go and read articles and then, but no, it is what? Project-based. So you are going to be working on the real world case studies using the project, and of course at the end of everything you're going to add about 15 projects to your portfolio. Imagine you working with Amdor Analytics from the beginning of the program. You have not used any of these tools, but you are living with about 15 projects added to your portfolio. Do you know that if a recruiter reach out to you and you're sharing your portfolio with that person and the person is seeing about 10 to 15 projects, are you saying that the person will not, you know, at least call you for an interview? Right? So that's what we stand up for as well. Of course, the job interview preparation. Now, what do we do? That when our students, you know, we apply for jobs, and of course, what do? We ensure that you get that job. Now, by we preparing you, now you have a job interview, and what we do is, you know, we step in and we'll talk to you, interview you, prepare you for that section before the time, because our goal is not just for you to acquire the skill. Our goal, the end goal, is for you to use it to, you know, to get a job. Yeah, monetize it. Okay, that's one thing about Amdor Analytics. Now let's talk about some tools, softwares that you are going to be using as a business analyst, right? You are going to be using Excel, Power BI, SQL, all these ones here. You can use Draw, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Jira. Okay, see, these are some of the tools, I mean, some of the softwares, right, that you will be using as a business analyst. Okay, now let's dive into, of course, start your business analysis journey. Yeah, this is where you start your business analysis, right? At Amdor Analytics. Now, we are not copying, right? Our mentors are facilitators. They are mentors, not just people that are just here to teach you and go. No, they are people that are willing to hold your hands, teach you, and ensure that you monetize it. Okay, these are people that hold their hand because they want you to succeed. You know, when somebody wants you to succeed, the person go extra mile to make sure that he or she imparts something in you, right? So that's what we are not for, and that's what our facilitator stands for, right? So now let's talk about things that you'll be learning. Now, before I dive into this, right? Tosi said something. She said that, you know, she started as journey as a business analyst, and now she's learning data analytics, right? Now, let me tell you one amazing thing about Amdor Analytics business analytics. we don't just say, because you are starting as a business analyst, right? So let's just start move with understanding business analytics, frameworks and terminologies and all that, SWOT and all these things, right? Now, what we do is that we combine the two together. Okay, we combine. That's why when you leave this program, we tell you, we beat our chest and say, yes, we know what we have produced, right? You are a business analyst, right? Call one. I mean, I can't even say that it's a full stack business analyst, right? That's who you are now. Now, why did I say so? We are going to be starting, when we start our training with Excel. Okay, with Excel, most organizations out there, a tech company out there, right? Their business analysis, they don't teach Excel, they don't teach Power BI, they don't teach SQL. They start with what? Business, just start telling you the introduction to business analysis and all that. But what we do is that we include Excel because we know that you will need Excel. It's rare for you to see any sector, any organization that don't use Excel. As even as a business analyst, right, you need to understand how to use Microsoft Excel, right? So now that's what we do. We start with what? Introducing you to Microsoft Excel. And after that, we introduce to one of the most visualization tools out there, which is what? Power BI. We move to SQL and we start from business analytics understanding and requirements gathering the roadmap to data science or is this roadmap? No, this is not data science. This is business analysis. You can see agile business analysis. You can see advanced business analysis. You can see modeling and documentation. You can see requirements gathering. So these are what you'll be learning as a business analyst. No, that's why I said that we did not just teach you the theoretical part of our business analysis. We start from Excel, right? Because we know that even when you leave, you will need the use of Excel. You need to understand how to use data. Okay, you need to understand how to work with data as a business analyst. That's why we start with what? With Excel. All right, now let me tell you something. Chidima is not here. Okay, Chidima is not here. The heading roadmap to okay, okay, that's a mistake. Okay, that's a mistake. Thanks for that. Okay, this is actually business analysis I'm not talking about here. Okay, no, Chidima is not here. Chidima is actually one of our students, and Akisa is here. So you see Chidima's classmate, let me say classmate, right, in Amdor Analytics here. Right, so Chidima studied business analytics somewhere else, and then there is a need for her to she got a job, right? Then time comes in that they want to hire her. And they were asking her, do you know how to use Excel? No. Do you know how to use Power BI? No. Do you know how to use SQL? No. And she has to come back to Amdor Analytics to learn this thing. Right now, what I'm telling you now is not story, it's real. And I have someone here who is actually a classmate or coursemate to that person, and the person is here. Right. So let's dive into other things that you will enjoy as being a business analyst student at Amdor Analytics. Now, another thing there are standards benefits of this is what? LinkedIn optimization. LinkedIn optimization. Now, let me tell you something about our LinkedIn optimization, right? We start introducing you to the things that you need to do to get that social visibility, right? That's one thing we do. We do at Amdor Analytics. We help you to, we teach you that there is a need for you to, Lucy said something, right? And that just is rude. So how she post something on social media. She said that I saw her because of the post, every day posting about business, and she talks about business analysis and blah, blah, and because of that, I was able to reach out to her. And then today she's my colleague. Now, what am I saying here? Tell people who you are. Okay, if you said that you're a business analyst, you're a data scientist, you're a data analyst, you don't tell people who you are. How do you expect them to know that you are good at this, all right? And that's one thing I always tell my students. See, post as much as possible. Currently, there's some of our students that I told you guys that we give out scholarship to 1,000 undergraduate students in Nigeria. It's actually totally free of charge, right? So we are training 1,000 undergraduates in Nigeria currently. Now what do we introduce them to? We tell them that, okay, you do 30 days growth challenge. If you do that, you are going to see how you are, create that social visibility, because everybody wants to see how did you start? Okay, how you started your journey, okay, where you started from and all that. You want to see the growth. Okay, that's why it is there's need for you to start, posting on LinkedIn, start talking to people about that. But then you have to, first of all, optimize your LinkedIn, right? What is your LinkedIn like? You want to get a job on LinkedIn. Let me tell you something. You need to optimize your LinkedIn, okay? You need to get it optimized and then talk about your profession there. You understand? Stand for it, okay? So that's one of the things that we do. We help you to optimize your LinkedIn. Aside from that, there is another thing again, which is what? Upwork optimization. Now, one thing I always tell people, right, is that acquiring the technical skills is good. That's A. Please take note of this. Take this from me. To learn the technical skills is what? A. You see the B part of it, right? Is what? How do I monetize it? You need to know how to monetize the skills you have acquired. Now, if you say that you're a business analyst, right? I've seen a lot of people, business analysts for 5 years, 6 years, and they will tell you that I have not seen job, right? But the question is, didn't you learn this thing from somewhere, right? I always tell people that one of the best things that any person can do to you as a student is that after teaching you, they should teach you how to use it to catch fish. All right, how to catch fish now, not just to give you fish. All right, they should teach you how to catch the fish so that you'll be able to start catching the fish yourself, right? Now, what am I saying here is that we stand out as one of the best tech companies out there to make sure that we help our students to monetize their skills by using Upwork, right? Upwork is a very big platform that you and I, right, tech professionals, you don't need to mix Upwork, right? Now, if you're not on Upwork, right, and you're a tech professional, please, you're missing out something. You need to go back, right? Now, please, you need to learn how to use Upwork. And Upwork, I don't want to start talking about how Upwork, how amazing it is. Last week, Friday, we had a Instagram live where we talk about Upwork and everything that you need to do at all. You need to do to make sure that you land your first gig on Upwork. For those of you that don't join our live, please make sure that you always join our lives. We don't come there to speak prakata. We come there to impart value. So that thing that is in us, we just come there to make sure that we teach it, we give it back to the society. That's what we do. All right. So we help you to make sure that you monetize your skills using Upwork platform. Another thing again that we do as a tech company is to ensure that you optimize what will revamp your CV. Please take note of something. You see the CV something, it is very, very important. I don't know if that person is here, right? There's this man that, he want to enroll for our program. He has been, sending me message, okay, I will enroll next month. I will do this one next month. And when you reach out to him next month, he will tell you, I'm busy, I'm always busy. Now, let me tell you something. So last week, what I'm telling you now is honest. So not last week, 2 weeks ago, right? I think he got a job. He sent me the job. I think the job, let me say the job. I think probably somebody shared that with him. He sent it to me, right? And he said, help me to create CV that will match in this job opening ASAP. I need it ASAP. I was like, you need it ASAP. Okay, no problem. I don't want to tell you how much I charge him to get that CV done for him. And I don't want to go further to tell you stories behind it, right? Now, what am I saying here in essence is that you need to learn how to optimize your CV. I think I have someone here as well. Let me see if he's here. I saw him before he has left. That's okay. Okay. So he joined here earlier. Now, what I'm sharing with you is these guys are everywhere. They're on LinkedIn. They are even on our this thing, just that you cannot see them because we are using community WhatsApp. If not, I would have tell you their name and I would say go and search for them, right? So this man enrolled for our program earlier this year. Okay, earlier this year he enrolled for our program. And you know what? Then he was in one country, right? He later relocated from that country to another country. And somebody told him, right, I wish that he's here, that he will be a taxpayer, what I'm saying here. So someone told him that, do you know what? He went to Canada. There is this tech company in Canada that when you do this program, you are going to get job ASAP. They will help you to do this, do that. So the man, our program that he enrolled for, he now defiled it. Right. I know when somebody deferred program and you're reaching out to that person, please, next cohort is starting. Are you not, next cohort is starting? Are you not? And we said, no. It was later that he reached out to me and said, do you know that, to be honest with you, I enrolled for this data analytics program in another edtech company in Canada. Do you know how much I paid? What I'm telling you is honest for God. Man, I saw him when we started the program and he was no longer here. So you know what he said? He paid 2.5 million. 2.5 million to start the program in Canada. Do you know what? They did not do CV for him. No LinkedIn optimization, no Upwork optimization. That was when he came back to me and he was like, okay, I want to be honest with you. We did that. I went to that place and I enrolled for 2.5 million. I was like, after that, he was, when you're no longer in your country, you are so desperate to get job, right? He was just like, okay, after this, these guys are giving me job and nothing, right? And he reached out to us. We helped him to optimize his CV. And I helped him to write his CV. I helped him to optimize his LinkedIn, right? And I helped him to write his CV. I don't want to talk about how much I charged him, right? No, what am I saying here in Excel? These are the things that we do for our students without charging money, right? These are things that we do for our students. And let me say something again. Tomorrow, we are going to be hosting another Instagram Live where we'll be talking about how you can revamp your CV, right, to get it to the ATS, so that your CV your resume can pass the ATS exam. Now, let's not talk about that now. Now, another thing again that you will enjoy when you pass, when you enroll for Amdor Analytics program is what I've talked about: recommendation and the reference letter and certification. At the end of everything, you will get satisfied. That is 100%, right? Now, this program is going to last for 5 good months, right? Good months, right? 5 months. Now, we are not those people that will tell you 1 week, no, 1 month you are good. I've seen a lot of them out there. 5 weeks. Become a business analyst in 5 weeks. Become a data analyst in 4 weeks. Because I will be like, what? This thing that we've been doing over the years, well, close to a decade now, and we are still learning, okay? Like you are telling somebody to do, 5 weeks, and the person will be good, right? I don't know how they are doing it anyways. But now let's talk about what we do here. Now you're going to be doing live section for what? 3 months. Good 3 months, right? 3 months. You and I will be meeting, we'll be talking, right? And after that, you will be what? You work on your custom project for 1 month. That's what? 4 months. Okay, you work on your custom project for 1 month. And after that, you are gonna what? Have 1 month virtual free internship program. Now you're not paying for it, okay? 1 month virtual internship program with Amdor Analytics, and that's 1 month. At the end of everything, you are spending 5 months to learn business analysis. Do you want to tell me that something you learn for 5 months that you will not be good? It's not possible, right? You will be good in 5 months, right? So that's what we do at Amdor Analytics now. These are some of the platforms that we introduce our students to, because I tell you something, not just to learn this thing, but then to monetize it, okay? To monetize it. These are the platforms we introduce our students to, introduce you on this platform. You can use it to, start searching for a job and thereabout, right? Yeah, so who are the facilitators that you will be meeting? Just my humble self, right? And of course, you have Toxie here, and you have other persons that I'll just show you their face. And this is Sandra. Sandra is an amazing person. This is Yaku. Some of you have seen that, and this is A-Pasa. A-Pasa is my G. Amazing person who has been doing this over the years. These guys are on LinkedIn, they're everywhere. And this is a blessing, another amazing personality that you will be meeting, right? Now let's talk about how much then is the program. How much? I know this is what everybody want to see, right? Yeah, the program is 300,000 naira. The actual price is 300,000 naira. But now there's something that we usually do, right? We usually do it. Now there is a 50, you can see that we have 50,000 naira discount here. You can see here, we have what? 50,000 naira discount. You can see it here. Now the discount price is what? 250,000. Imagine saying 250,000 to learn this thing for 5 good months. Now these guys are not meeting you once, so they're not recording video to share with you. No, they are there to hold your hands day in, day out for 5 months. Right? So you're going to be paying what? Your first payment, there is a supplemental payment, right? You can pay your first payment to be 150,000 and the second payment to be 100,000. 5 weeks into your program, you can balance your payment, right? Now, this is, if you have your money once, you can make your payment once, right? Of course, just as easy as it takes. If you want to pay once, you can pay. All right. And this is our account details. This is our account details. And of course, you can, pay your money, send us your proof of payments via this WhatsApp group, or you reach out to any of the admin on our WhatsApp platform, and they will always, attend to you, right? So the program, let's talk about all that is, we'll come back to the price again. Right, the program is going to be what? Saturdays. These are the programs are what? Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays and Sundays, which is what? 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. West African, that's Nigerian time. And Thursdays we usually meet. That Thursdays are for let me say, we call it drop-in section, where we come together to ask questions, just an hour section, okay, where you come in, ask your questions. It's just like a mentorship, something. We talk to you, we guide you through to ensure that you are still learning, okay, to ensure that everybody on the same page before we start a new topic, okay. So that's the essence of that Thursday program, right? Now, this discount that we have, that 50,000 naira discount, right? We usually do this, and I want to tell you that we stand for it, right? It's for the first 20 people to register. Okay, the first 20 people to register for this program, right? That 50,000. Now, it simply means that when we get to the first 20 people and you are reaching out to us, we tell you that's fine, you can register. But then the program has gone back to 300,000 naira. Okay, so the first 20 people to register is that 50,000 naira discount for. Okay. Now, our next course starts on 26th of October. You can see that, I don't know, but today is 10th of October. We just have 16 days to go. Okay, we have 16 days to go. So our next course starts on 26th October 2024. I don't know what your plans are like in this last quarter of the year. I don't know what your plans are like. I don't know what you're planning for yourself, but I want to tell you that this is the best thing you can give to yourself. Yeah, this is the best thing you can give to yourself. Imagine learning a skill that will change your life. Lucy said something that when she started talking about how she started, how she was 4 years ago, overwhelmed, which one do I didn't even share with you how the tech role, all right, or the tech program or tech has changed her life, has changed her life. I don't want to talk about myself, right, because some of you already know me, right? But then I want to tell you that when we started this program, when we started our life, yeah, we are like, is this something we can do? But today we are enjoying it. It simply means that every sacrifice we made over the years to, to get to where we are today, we appreciate God for that, right? She said something, she said she's not where she used to be, right? And that's just what it takes for most of us that have been, that where we are today, right? So the program starts on 26th of October. Now, let's talk about people that have started the program with us and how they were able to acquire their first role. Please, Miami, you are suggesting that instead of doing data analysis training, one can opt for business analysis. It is included there. Yes, I will do that. 100%, right? 100%, right? So, of course, again, Tosi said something. She said, you know what you want. You know what you want. If you know what you want, go for it. But then our business analysis, because others, what they do is that they just go straight to start teaching you understanding business analysis and all that, blah, blah. You understand? At the end of everything, I'm telling you nothing but the truth. You will still go back to learn data, anything that has to do with data, right? I mentioned about one of our students. Her name is Chidima Ozochukwu. She's on LinkedIn. Check her out. I'll show you her this thing now. Okay, Chidima, I think she did her master's as a business analyst, right? At the end of everything, she got a job. But then she cannot use data. She don't know how to use data to make, transform data and talk about data and thereabouts, right? So she came back to us to learn data analytics, how to use Excel, how to use Power BI, and how to use SQL. And I have someone here who is actually the classmate of Chidima, and that's Akise, who can actually testify to what I'm saying. Though Akise might not know about this, right? So today, Chidima has gotten her job and she's working as a business analyst. Okay, as a business analyst. Right now, let's dive into this. I don't even have a picture here as people that have gotten job after training with us. I think we need to update our flyer. So these are the people that I will share this thing with you in order not to take much of our time. I will share the video with you. You listen to them, you hear what they are saying about Amdor Analytics and how Amdor Analytics has helped them to transform their, change their thinking, change their orientation about tech, about data. Some people, when you have not used any of these tools before, as we are telling you, do you know that It's hard, or it's hard to learn this thing. But when you meet with people that can hold their hands and show you things that you need to do to acquire this, you know that it is easy. Right. I was sharing with some people last 2 weeks ago, and I was telling them that, do you know that it's easy to code? Python is easy. Yeah, it simply means actually the time bounce back to who did you meet with first time? Who are those people that guided you? Right. So that's what it simply means. So they will you listen to them when I share this thing. This is Femi Yusuf. Femi, are you still here? I know Femi joined us earlier. All right, so he is no longer here. So this is another of our students. So you listen to them, you hear what they're saying about our program. But we have a lot of them out there. So these are people that have gone through our program and what they did. Right, you can see them out there. I'll share this slide with you. You can see they are on LinkedIn. This is not magic. We don't form it. All right. This is Oluwatobi. Oluwatobi is an amazing person. I mean, amazing person. I'm telling you, and I'll hit my chest. I will talk about Oluwatobi. This is Adonyi Adedonyi. Adedonyi is another amazing person, right? We told you guys that we gave our scholarship to one of the largest university out there in Nigeria, and that's Federal University of Yekiti. And this is one of them here celebrating her achievements, okay? And these are some of our, yeah, Akisa. I know Akisa is here. Akisa, you can see yourself here. So this is Akisa, and Akisa is here, right? So these are some of the projects that our students have worked on. And this is, I thank God that this is not, we don't know that though. So one of them, Akisa is on this one. Akisa, can you say how it works?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hi,
nice to you.
everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Akisa is another amazing. When I say amazing, when you talk about dedication, when you mention dedication to whatever you are doing, Akisa is that dedicated person that you ever met, right? Akisa is an amazing person who started his data analytics program with us a few months ago, and of course, he just completed his program with us. And this is one of the projects that he worked on. And of course, Akisa is joining us from United Kingdom. And this is Toby as well. And this is Toby. Toby joined us from United States, USA. Yeah, United States of America, right? So, and let's dive into other people. And this is Michael. Michael is another amazing person. Michael joined us from Nigeria. There are a lot of projects these guys have worked out there. How many do we want to put inside one slide? Okay, to take over 100 pages of slides, right? Well, let's look and see if we can look. These are Rukayat Abimbola, another amazing person. And this is actually Chidima that I mentioned earlier. So let's look at Chidima's profile. Now you can see it's IT business analyst, business professional, scrum master, agile practitioner, blah, 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 blah. So this is Chidima that I mentioned earlier. This is Chidima Ozochukwu, right? I mentioned it earlier that Chidima started her journey with Amdor Analytics. No, she started her journey somewhere else. I think she did her master's in United States in business analysis. At the end of everything, she don't know how to use data. She came back to Amdor Analytics, and this is the project that she did, and you can see it here, right? You can see it where she mentioned Amdor Analytics. Now, what are we saying here? We are known for that Excel company that stands out to equipping individuals with that technical skills that you need, right? That thing that you know that, come on, this is what I need to do in order to acquire my skills, in order to be there. Okay, and don't know if there's any other question. You have question you want to ask us, please do well and ask your questions so that the session is just 2 hours so that you can call it a night. So let's take questions. Something that is just something that you feel like, oh, I don't know how to go about, and I don't know how this is going to be possible. Just share with us, okay? Let's take your questions, and this is the program. Okay. So this is the program fee. You can start making your payments now. You can start making your payment. Just like we said, program starts on 26th of October. Business analysis is another amazing amazing role or program that you should actually think of, right? You should think of. I'm being honest. I'm being very honest. Is a tech role that I don't need to code. you can just go for business analytics. Okay, let's take your questions so that we can call it a night. So if you have any question for us, please do ask your questions. So we have a few people on the call, others have dropped, but if you have a question, please ask. Hi, Dolapo, do you have any question? I think you asked a question about starting. If you can go for business. Okay, I've seen your question here. Yeah, you can, it depends on you actually, but then I can actually say, if you want to go for business analysis, please do, because our business analysis is embedded with data. Okay, no question. Okay, that's fine. Our business analysis is embedded with, we have data analytics tools there where you can use Excel, Power BI, and of course, SQL, then before you dive into the program fully. All right, so let's start making payments as we kickstart the program very soon. Don't say that till when it is 20th or 22nd or 25th, I'll start making payments, all right? This is the best time to start your journey. I mean, best time to start your journey. And of course, you can start it now. Okay, so if there is no question, we can call it a night. It simply means that you all understand everything that we have said here, right? If there is no question, we can call it a night. But please, you know, I don't really want to take much of our time. If all I would have, you know, take us to other platforms, you know, see how much these guys are earning, how much these guys both here in Nigeria. I would like you to make that research, right? How much, what is the average revenue or average pay of a business analyst? I can even say that business analysts earn more than data analysts. You can agree with me if you are making research very well. Last week, we worked on a project, right? For those of you that joined our last week masterclass, we worked on a project where we scraped data. Okay, that data I scraped it was actually backend, right? I scraped that data from Indeed and Glassdoor. I scraped that data from the two platforms, that's the two job platforms, right? What did I want to do? I want to find out what are the job roles, right? Or job opening or job vacancies for all these data programs, right? So we're able to pick them on the month of September. At the end of everything, we find out the highest #1 job vacancies that we're opening in Canada, because we scraped that data from, we're actually focusing on to find out what is going on with Canada job vacancies, right? So the highest job opening by position, right? By position was in the month of September in Canada was analyst. Analyst could be anything, business analyst, data analyst, and other. They followed by what? The business analyst. After business analyst, we saw database before we were able to see data analyst. Now, this is to tell you there is a lot of opportunities out there for business analysts, guys. All right, guys, thanks for joining us, and thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys. Hi, Tosi, are you still here?
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can talk later. All right, guys. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Good night. Stay tuned. And of course, do not forget the program starts on 26th of this month. We just have 16 days to that. Okay, we can say we have 15 days actually. Okay, the program starts on 26th of this month. Thanks for joining us. I really appreciate you guys, and thank you for staying till this moment. I do appreciate you guys. Do have a wonderful night. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Take care. Yeah, bye.
Yeah, bye there.